The Galactic Council hall was full of noise. Many species from many worlds sat in wide circles. Bright lights floated above them. Screens showed stars, ships, and laws of the galaxy. Today was supposed to be a simple meeting. Humans were presenting their new creation, something they called a defense prototype. Many aliens laughed before the humans even spoke. Earth was a death world. Low technology, violent history, weak biology. At least that was what the council believed. Some alien leaders whispered jokes. Others openly mocked the humans. One officer said Earth was lucky to still exist. The humans stood quietly. Men and women in dark uniforms. Their faces calm, their hands still. They did not answer the laughter. Among the visitors was a small human child. The child stood near the human delegation. Curious eyes looking at the huge alien hall. Holding a small Earth flag. The child smiled, not understanding the hatred in the room. That smile did not last long. A tall alien officer stepped forward. His armor was sharp and shining. His voice loud and full of pride. He pointed at the humans and laughed. Then his eyes moved to the child. "Even your young are brought to watch your shame," he said. Before anyone could react, the officer moved. He shoved the human child aside. Hard. The child hit the floor. The sound echoed across the hall. For 1 second, the entire room went silent. Then some aliens laughed again. Others looked away. A few felt uneasy but said nothing. The child cried softly, trying to stand, hands shaking. A human woman rushed forward and picked the child up. Her face showed fear, then anger. But she said nothing. All human eyes turned toward the alien officer. No shouting. No threats. Just silence. The officer smiled. He believed humans were weak. He believed nothing would happen. The council leader cleared his throat, calling for order, pretending nothing serious had occurred. The meeting continued, as if a child had not just been attacked, but something had changed. The humans did not speak. They did not protest. They did not demand justice. They simply watched. Inside their ships, far from the council hall, systems came online quietly. Engines warmed. Weapons unlocked. Messages moved through human fleets. Short, calm, and clear. Protocol child. Across human space, admirals paused. Commanders stood straight. Soldiers closed their hands into fists. They all knew what it meant. The alien officer returned to his seat. Still smiling. Still proud. Unaware of what he had started. The council laughed once more at Earth's creation. Calling it useless. Calling humanity a joke. The humans finally turned to leave. Carrying the child safely in their arms. No threats were spoken. No warnings were given. But as the human delegation walked away, the galactic warship detected something strange. Human signals. Surrounding the system. Quiet. Patient. The galaxy had laughed at Earth. But the laughter was about to end. Because the humans had a rule. One rule older than space travel. Older than the council itself. You never touch a human child. And now, the Deathworlders were coming. The humans did not return to the council hall. Their seats stayed empty. Some aliens noticed. Most did not care. The alien officer who had pushed the child sat proudly. He told the story again and again, making it sound like a joke. Other officers laughed with him. They believed humans were afraid. They believed silence meant weakness. Far away, inside human space, no one laughed. Human ships moved without sound. No lights, no signals. Only purpose. On Earth, the child sat quietly in a medical room. A small bandage on the arm. Human doctors spoke softly. Soldiers stood outside the door. The child was safe. That was all that mattered. Across the stars, a message spread through human command. Simple words. Clear meaning. A child was harmed. Old records opened. Past wars remembered. Battles where humans had lost everything. Battles where they had learned one truth. Survival comes at a price. The Galactic Council continued its meetings, discussing trade routes and border laws. They believed the issue was finished. Then the sensors changed. One by one, Council systems detected movement. Human ships entering nearby space. Probably scouts. One alien leader said, "Nothing to worry about." But more ships arrived. Then more. Human vessels surrounded the galactic warship. Not attacking. Not threatening. Just waiting. The Council finally called the human delegation, demanding an explanation. The response came fast. Cold. Professional. "We are here to retrieve what was taken." Confusion filled the chamber. What was taken? They asked. No answer followed. The alien officer laughed again, calling it a bluff. He stood and shouted that humans had no authority here. That was when the screens changed. Human battle records appeared. Wars against creatures larger and stronger. Victories won through endurance. Through pain. Through refusing to fall. The Council grew uneasy. A human commander appeared on the main display. His voice calm. His face unreadable. "Humans are patient." He said, "We are quiet. But we are not forgiving." The room fell silent. The commander continued, "You harmed what we protect. You laughed while doing it." The alien officer tried to speak, but the council leader raised a shaking hand. Outside, human marines prepared, armor sealed, weapons ready. Still no attack. Still no noise. The human commander spoke one last time. "We will board. Resist, and the cost will be yours." The transmission ended. The council looked at the alien officer. His smile was gone now. Fear showed in his eyes. Docking alarms rang across the galactic warship. Heavy metal sounds echoed through the halls. Human ships had locked on. For the first time, the council understood. Humans were not angry. They were focused. And focus was far more dangerous. As the first human boarding craft connected to the warship, the galaxy held its breath. The Deathworlders had not come to argue. They had come to teach a lesson. And no one forgets a lesson taught by humans. The docking clamps locked into place. Metal screamed against metal. The galactic warship shook slightly. Alien crew members froze. They had never seen human boarding craft so close. So silent. No battle horns. No warning shots. Just heavy footsteps waiting on the other side of the airlock. Inside the council chamber, fear spread like cold air. Some leaders whispered prayers. Others stared at the doors. The alien officer stepped back slowly. His confidence breaking. His hands shaking for the first time. The airlock opened. Human marines entered. Tall, armored, controlled. Their visors dark. Their weapons lowered but ready. They did not rush. They did not shout. They walked with calm purpose. Every step echoed through the warship. Alien guards raised their weapons. But hesitated. Something about the humans stopped them. These were not soldiers filled with rage. These were soldiers who had already decided the outcome. A human captain stepped forward. Her voice steady and clear. "Stand down. This will end without blood if you allow it." Some guards obeyed. Others did not. One alien fired. The shot hit a human marine. The armor absorbed it. The marine did not fall. He turned slowly, and fired once. The alien guard dropped instantly. Silence followed. The message was clear. Humans moved deeper into the ship. Through corridors and security doors. Their path already mapped. Their target already chosen. In the council chamber, the doors sealed shut. Leaders demanded protection. But no one answered. The alien officer tried to hide, pushing past others. Fear fully visible now. Human voices echoed through the ship speakers. We are not here for the council. We are here for one. The words hit harder than weapons. Security doors opened one by one. Human marines reached the chamber. The doors slid open slowly. The council members stood frozen, unable to move, unable to speak. The humans entered, weapons still lowered, eyes fixed on one figure, the alien officer. He tried to speak, tried to explain, tried to laugh again. No one listened. Two marines grabbed him, lifting him easily. His armor meant nothing now. The human captain stepped closer. You touched a child, she said. You laughed. The officer screamed, saying it was a mistake, saying it meant nothing. The captain did not change her expression. To us, she replied, it meant everything. The council leader finally found his voice, begging for mercy, offering apologies, offering deals. The human captain turned her head slowly. This is not punishment. This is correction. The officer was dragged away, his cries fading down the corridor. The humans turned to leave, their mission not yet finished. Outside the warship, human fleets held position, weapons locked, waiting. The galaxy watched, silent now, no laughter left, because the Deathworlders had moved. And once humans move, they do not stop until the lesson is complete. The alien officer was dragged through the long metal halls. His feet scraped the floor. His breath came fast and broken. The warship felt different now. No loud voices. No proud laughter. Only fear and silence. Human marines moved with control. They did not rush. They did not strike him again. They did not need to. The officer shouted about rank and power, about council law and authority. His words echoed but meant nothing. The humans did not answer. They brought him to a wide chamber near the core of the warship. Bright white lights filled the room. Council symbols covered the walls. This was a place of judgment, a place where many races had once been punished. Now, it belonged to humanity. The human captain stepped forward, her armor marked with old scars, her voice calm, almost quiet. You are here because you broke a rule, she said. The officer laughed weakly, still trying to hide his fear. There is no such rule, he said. The captain looked at him, really looked at him. There is, she replied. She activated the display behind her. Images filled the air. Human history. Cities burned. Children crying. Families running. Wars fought not for power, but for survival. We come from a world that hurts us from birth, the captain said. Gravity that breaks bones. Storms that kill. Creatures that hunt us. We survive by protecting what matters. The image changed, showing the human child from the council hall. Small, scared, on the cold floor. The officer looked away. That child is our future. The captain continued. When you touched that child, you touched all of us. Outside the chamber, council members watched through sealed screens. Their faces pale, their bodies still. They understood now. This was not anger. This was law. The officer fell to his knees, begging, promising loyalty, promising obedience. The captain did not move. You laughed, she said again. The words hit harder than any weapon. A human official stepped forward, holding a simple data tablet. The council ignored the attack. He said, therefore, the council accepts the result. No one argued. No one could. The sentence was carried out quickly, without celebration, without cruelty. Humans did not enjoy this. They did not cheer. They did not smile. When it was over, the chamber doors opened. Human marines stood in perfect lines, silent, respectful. The captain turned to the council cameras. "Let this be clear," she said. "We seek peace. But we will always protect our young." The screens went dark. Across the warship, fear turned into understanding. Across the galaxy, messages began to spread. Humans were not monsters. But they were not weak. And there was a price. A final price. For anyone who ever touched a human child. The galactic warship was quiet. Too quiet for a place that once ruled fear. The council members remained seated. Their eyes fixed on empty screens. Their hands shaking. The humans were already leaving. Human marines walked back to their ships. In perfect order. No rush. No pride. They had done what they came to do. Outside the warship, human fleets slowly pulled back. Engines glowing softly. Weapons powering down. Still no cheers. Still no victory words. To the humans, this was not war. It was responsibility. The council leader finally stood. His voice weak. His authority broken. "Record this," he said. "This day will be remembered." Across the galaxy, signals spread fast. Through trade stations. Through military channels. Through hidden networks. One message. Simple and clear. An alien officer attacked a human child. The council laughed. Humans answered. Worlds that once mocked Earth went silent. Races that called humans weak reconsidered. Old leaders warned their people. Young soldiers were given new rules. Never insult Earth lightly. Never test human patience. And above all, never touch a human child. On Earth, the child slept peacefully, safe at home, unaware of how many stars had gone quiet because of one small moment. Human parents watched the news feeds. No celebration in their faces. Only relief. Human commanders stood down their fleets, returning ships to patrol, returning soldiers to duty. The galaxy expected a speech, a threat, a demand for power. None came. Humans did not claim territory. They did not ask for apology. They simply returned to their worlds. That silence frightened the galaxy more than any weapon. Because everyone understood now. Humans do not fight for pride. They do not fight for control. They fight for their own. In council academies, new lessons were added to the records. Earth was reclassified. Not just as a death world, but as a protector world. A species that survives pain and answers harm with certainty. Long after the warship incident, aliens told the story in quiet voices. About the day laughter died. About the day humans taught the galaxy a rule. A rule written without ink. Without law. Without debate. If you hurt the innocent. If you harm a child. Humanity will come. Not with rage. Not with noise. But with calm. With focus. With finality. And the galaxy will never laugh again.